just on furniture, nigga.
Damn.
Paper route business, it don't concern you, little nigga.
Watch out.
Be careful who you call your friend, they turn on you, nigga.
For real.
I'm DUI right now, I don't belong behind the wheel.
Whoa.
One thing about it, I'ma get money long as I live. I can't stop at that red light, I keep going, I don't yield. I can't do that deal if it ain't more than 10 mil. Oh shit, got them M's and now he lit. $100,000 investment, I invest on my wrist. All she do is run her mouth, tell that bitch to suck a dick. I was born a superstar, so I put one on my fist. I just smash, I don't kiss. Hit the gas, I'm in the wind. Hate to brag, but I'm the shit. Got some head when I was 6. I threw 30 in magic. Do that make me a trick. House on the lake, but I don't even know how to fish. Damn. Motherfuck the laws, fuck the law, fuck the law. Flying down every Presley in the race car. I've been drinking raw, drinking raw, drinking raw. White girl with me and she look just like a Barbie doll. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. If I take you out, bitch, that's $1 million date. I've been flexing too hard, I feel the hate. Bodybuilder shit, nigga, I came up pumping weight. They smile in your face, but really want your place. Ain't nobody straight, just give me my cake. My little bitch, she gun thick when she walk, that thing shake. Trap nigga mentality, I don't put shit in my name. Name one nigga that ever gave me a dime, I give you $1 million. Name one bitch that I can't fuck and I give you $2 million. White girl with me and she look just like a Barbie doll. White girl with me, I just found out she a porn star. I just wanna smash you one time, I don't want your heart. I just spent 100 and something thousand on a Dodge. Motherfuck the law, fuck the law, fuck the law. Flying down every Presley in the race car. I've been drinking raw, drinking raw, drinking raw. White girl with me and she look just like a Barbie doll. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. I just walked in Barn and spent the 40 by mistake. If I take you out, bitch, that's $1 million date.
Fly with that stick like I'm playing, so hacking my bitch got a face in the donkey. She cocky, I ballin' that side. I do not have to clock it, it one in the head, I do not have to cock. Try spot in the projects I made in my office. We deep in it, bitch, burning cake in this fire. Got Carters and cafes, I'm drinking on coffee. When I hit the east, I get treated like Gandhi. Keep us my circle, these niggas get mixed. He need some more riders, I'm trying to get busy. I need some more flour, I need about 50. To find a real nigga, I fit the description. Cartier bifocals with the prescription. Know about the growing shit, I don't have a wisdom. Count up at 80 by watching the Simpsons. Find about Ben on Lamar and the Ravens. We super strong niggas, rain and ravens. Stealing for cows, we push up and take it. Plug on deliver, he personally bring it. You need 100, then I can arrange it. Fucking on popular bitches who famous. Crib out of Milton with 30K vase. Before we gon' swipe, we gon' cover our face. Fly for that bag, then it's off to the race. C4 growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We having racks and that bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Ain't got no love for a snake, he get murdered. Youngest with me, they gon' crash like a server. Them niggas throwed off, you know they berserkers. Weighing the Play-Doh, I eating a burger. Go hit the east, I get treated like Trump. Suck 30 pounds of the shrooms to the gump. Big money hit the rotunda for lunch. Put the Tesla's diamonds, you probably a flunk. Louis, New York, I get sent to the back. Exclusive drip, this is not on the rack. You smell this shit before it come out the vat. Used to give ball niggas shout out the sack. This shit is falling, zoom in on these diamonds. These niggas jealous, they hate it, we shining. Shopping in Frisco, I'm 49, I'm with a thick hoe, getting saliva. They tried to kill me, but I'm a survivor. Nigga try to steal me, I'm tapping his visor. This is a Cullinan, this not a Chrysler. I'm out in Zona with peace over Kyla. Shopping in Denver, right in the Shador. Rich nigga hit the grow house in Dior. Binary trigger gon' shoot like a fully. These nigga pussy remind me of Sooty. Before growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We having racks and that bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Before growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fight to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We having racks and that bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know.
Sweet.
Okie dokie. All right, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. I'll get you guys in and out tonight. In and out. I got somewhere I got to be. And what time is it? 7:23. All right. So let me get y'all in and out. Come on in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Ken Hooten in the building, STL in the building. Shout out to everybody at STL. Great Polo, what's going on? Shout out to all the MGMs, Interstate Screw, William Sweet, Jacksonville, Florida, Detroit, Big Hearn, what up? Louisiana in the building. We got Alexandria, Louisiana, Roy Irvin, what up? Shout out to all the MGMs. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to Cleveland. I see it's DeWalt, Cargo Handlers, Nick Gers, what is going on? What up, everyone? How you doing, Mark? I finally finished that 6-hour live. Kept getting funnier and funnier on God. Only one dude, the moving guy, seemed legit to make it. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that live stream. That live stream kind of inspired me to do this one. Shout out to Big Zoe. What's going on? Axel says Mark got his jacket on. See, that's how you know Axel ain't fly. This ain't even a jacket. This is a shirt. It's a shirt, Axel. Come on, man. You know, you drip ain't your lane. So don't comment on anything that's about drip because that's not your lane. All right. So stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? All right. So shout out to Big Zoe, Athens, Vincent Johnson, Jonathan Colin. All right, come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. All right, tonight we're gonna talk about this Generation Z thing. You know, we touch on it, but tonight we're just gonna dedicate a whole live stream to it. All right. You know, I don't mind doing the call-in show. Actually, I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to these young guys, and you know, holding them accountable for a lot of the foolish decisions, you know, they make. All right. But tonight we're going to take it one step further and we're going to dedicate a whole live stream to them. All right, let's see what the poll is looking like. We got 37 votes. What did I title this live stream? Did I title it Why Generation Z Continues to Fail in Trucking? All right, cool. I'm not expecting a lot of people to come tonight. I actually had the live stream I did about an hour ago with a lot of people. I'm not expecting a lot of people to come to this live stream because they don't want to face the reality. They don't want to face the reality and they know what I'm going to say and they don't want to hear it. So they're not going to come in here during the live stream. They're going to watch the replay so they can watch it in private. All right? So let's see what we got in here based on the poll. We got 37 votes so far. We got 0% baby boomers, all right? So we got no old people in here. We got 32% Generation X. So we got a few middle-aged to younger, older people, all right? Younger, older people. I'm a younger, older person, all right? I was born in 1980. So I'm the last year of Generation X, all right? Then we got mostly millennials in here, 1981 to 1996. All right, hit the like button. All right, we got 11% Generation Z. Now, Generation Z, you encapsulate this as a whole, but there are some millennials. There are some people on the ass end of millennials who act like Generation Z. It's some of y'all late millennials, some of y'all 1993s, some of you 1994s, you 95ers, some of you 96ers, all right, that act like Generation Z. You kind of like on the fence, you know what I'm saying? And y'all kind of lazy as well. But we're going to talk about why Generation Z, and we only going to stick to it pertaining to trucking. Why y'all failing in trucking, all right? And I'm going to start off. Y'all going to have the accountability mark tonight. The first thing is y'all lazy. Y'all lazy as hell, man. All right. Trucking is not a lazy business. It's a business where regardless of what lane you choose, you're going to get your hands dirty. Some of y'all think y'all want to choose OTR, no touch freight, like you're not going to one day have to get your hands dirty. Like one day you're not going to have to touch a pallet jack. Like one day you're not going to have to, lift the hood up on that truck and put some windshield washer fluid in there. Like y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all, you see what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to do anything. Nothing. You think you're going to get out there on the road, drive a truck back into a loading dock. They're going to drive a forklift on the truck for you, place the load on there, drive it off. You're going to drive wherever you got to drive to, back into another load dock. They're going to drive the forklift onto the truck. They're going to get the shit off for you. You're going to hand somebody some paperwork. They're going to sign it, and you're going to be on your merry way. That's how sweet you think it is. The other day, I talked to two individuals. Two individuals really stood out to me. Now, I've talked to a lot of younger guys on some past call-in shows, but this last call-in show, this one by far took the cake. To me, some people may seen some of the other shows, and you guys may have your favorite characters from some of the other shows, but this last one, this to me took the cake. All right. So what I want to do is I want to talk about this first guy. All right. This guy said he was 34. The guy that looked 10 years older than me, even though I'm 10 years older than him, but I look 10 years younger than him, even though I'm 10 years older than him. That guy. All right. This guy, and if you're watching, you know what I'm saying? Don't get offended. Don't get offended. All right. Don't get offended. Just take the constructive criticism and do better, right? Because you said you watch a few people, and I'm not going to review it because the content is up there for you to go watch. A lot of people probably have seen it already, but this is why those late millennials and those Generation Zs fail. I didn't catch it the other day, but when I went and looked at the replay, I didn't realize that $5,000 he went and spent, that probably was tax money. That probably was tax money. And why do I think it was tax money? Because of how quick he spent it. All right. No due diligence was taken. You get the money, you go and you spend it, you give it to enterprise. You don't know when you're getting the truck. You don't know when the truck is coming. You don't know nothing. These are questions that I'm asking the individual, and the individual has no answers for me. Another thing that stood out that a lot of generation don't do is due diligence research. Understanding what they're investing in. Understand what you're investing in. I asked this gentleman, how much money are you expecting to get out of trucking, out of box trucking? His answer. And here, this is a very basic question to ask an individual who has already went and invested, who has already went and got a DOT, who has already went and got an MC, BOC, everything to be authorized to run general freight. Went and spent $5,000 and something with enterprise, right? This is a person that's already fully invested. They have vested interest. They're vested into the business already, right? So if you're already invested, spent money into starting this business up, that means there should have been research done prior to you going out spending your money. Research, business plan. So a question that's generic and that's basic is, what's the earning potential you're looking to receive from your box truck business? This is the question that was asked. That was asked. And this is one of the main reasons why Generation Z and you late millennials fail. This individual said $60,000. $60,000, right? Now, to him, that may seem like a lot of money. All right. The $60,000 may seem like a lot of money to him. But what you have to understand is that individual, the information that he gave me prior to that was that he was renting a box truck, right? He was renting a box truck. I can't remember what his rental rate was, but I think it was, did he say $2,400 a month? $2,400 a month, right? I think that's what it was. No, it wasn't. It was more than that. It came out to $48,800 a year. I remember, divided by 12. So it was $4,000 a month. So he's paying about $1,000 a week, right? Or was it $48,000 between that and the insurance? It might have been that and insurance. So between his rental and the insurance, it came out to $48,800. So we're going to round that to $50,000. And he's saying his earning potential was $60,000, which led me to believe that he did no research. He did no research. And this is what happens with a lot of you millennials and a lot of you Generation Z, new business owners that want to get into trucking. All right, let's change the color on this. Let's change the color on this. We're going to go black. All right, so one thing y'all don't do is y'all refused to do research. All right, and that's the first thing that you should be doing. The first thing you should do before you go invest your money into anything is research. You go spend your money first, not knowing what you're doing. Then you see old Marky Mark. You watch a Marky Mark video. You watch this person's video. You watch that person's video. You watch this person's video, that person's video, and you think this is research. And it can be research, right? It can be research. But within that research, you're getting good information and you also getting misinformation, right? And the information that you should be looking for, you should be looking for specific information, general basic knowledge information. You don't know what you're looking for because you ain't did the proper research. You ain't did the proper research. So then what happens is you watch one of Mark's videos, you hit the link when you see me go live, and then you come on my platform. You come on my platform to talk to me like you know what you talking about. You don't know what you talking about. And then you end up looking crazy. Then you want to challenge me, a veteran in this business. And it makes you look more crazier because then I have to expose your ignorance because you haven't done the research. And you get happy that you come out here and that you spent $5,000 or $6,000 or $10,000 like you did something. You did the dun-to-dun. You did the dun-to-dun. Main thing, you don't do research. You don't do research. Now, let's go fast forward to the second buddy who came. Second buddy who came, here's his whole thing. And this is another thing why Generation Z is failing. Work. You don't want to do no work. You don't want to do any work. You don't want to do the work that it takes to build a successful business. And what you also want to do is, what you don't want to do is you don't want to delay your gratification. All right. You want instant gratification, right? Because you watch shit on YouTube and you watch shit on Instagram where you see a bunch of people in your age category balling out of control, right? It's fictitious, right? It's fictitious. It's props in there. It's a stage set. It's rented Lamborghinis. It's rented Airbnbs. It's not real. It's not real. Like, to think that you're going to come out here, and I've seen so many people fail this way and, start a business like a trucking business with a multitude of vehicles and think you're going to see success from it. You're crazy as hell. I know it's content creators out there saying that you can go rent X amount of trucks and you can make $1 million, but I'm telling you it's cap. So now you have something to compare and contrast, right? Because what you've been hearing is that you can do this, but now you found Marky Mark, and I'm telling you it's cap. Now you would be a fool to not dig in to why I'm opposing majority of what you're hearing on the internet. It would benefit you to see why I'm opposing it, because I get it. You're used to hearing one narrative. This is why, and I'm not speaking to the gentleman who was up here the other day. I'm speaking to all y'all that go do dumb shit. All right. All y'all Generation Z millennials that go do dumb shit. I'm talking to each and every single last one of y'all. So I'm talking to all of y'all. So all of y'all could feel a certain type of way. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. There's no way on God's green earth that you can go, and there may be ones and twos in the equation, But for the most part, there's no way you're going to go rent a fleet of trucks, 3, 4, 5. Never did this business before. Think hiring drivers, putting them out there, and you absolutely do nothing, and you've never done this before, and you think you're going to be successful. You're crazy. You're crazy. It just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen overnight. There's many scenarios that if you were to do this, that you're going to get put in. All right, so let's listen to the guy the other day. He said, okay, boom, I'm going to rent 3 trucks. All right, that's strike number 1. All right. Strike number 2 is that he found a company that he can run under their DOT and their MC, right, and their insurance. Then I rebutted it. I said, did you find this company on Indeed? He said, yes, right? Now, what you don't understand, and what I didn't tell this guy the other day because I was beating him up everywhere else, is that company that you're running under, what you don't realize is they're not, like, this isn't a company, you think you're directly contracted with this company, but you're really not. This company is getting their loads off a load board. So it's like you getting double, quadruple middleman. They're getting their loads off a load board, and they're promising you $5,000 to $7,000 a week. So now make this math make sense to me. That's just like you coming through me. I'm getting the load off the load board. I'm getting it off the load board. The load board has already taken their cut. Now I got to dig in and take a cut. So how am I going to be able to pay you or find you enough work that you're going to be able to gross $5,000 to $7,000? On top of the fact that I'm taking a cut, and I'm taking a cut for you running under my authority, and I'm taking a cut because you're running under my insurance. So how are you going to gross $5,000 to $7,000 when the average box trucker is not even grossing $5,000? You don't have your own authority. You don't have your own insurance. You thinking it's simple as middleman or something. I'm gonna go rent 3 trucks. I'm gonna go find drivers, and you make it seem easy, and they make it seem easy. But y'all Generation Z and y'all millennials, y'all fall for all these Ponzi schemes because it sounds good. They make it sound good, and to you feel like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna sit back and the money, I'm just gonna collect money. It's not that simple. $5,000 to $7,000 is not realistic, which goes back to what I said right here. Research. Clearly, if you would have done research, you would have realized that those numbers in today's market are not realistic. If you would have done research, you would have realized that to not take matters into your own hand, that's more money that you're spending, because each service that they're providing you, they're charging you for it. They're charging you for running under their authority. They're charging you for running under insurance. They're charging you to book the loads, you being your dispatcher. It doesn't make any sense. This is why you continuously fail. This is why guys like me, who are more experienced than you, more tenured than you, beat up on you. This is why guys that are still out active in the field don't like you. This is why a lot of semi-truck drivers don't like a lot of box truck drivers, because a lot of the new entrant box truck drivers that are younger are foolish. They feel like you taking up space. You're part of the capacity problem. Just fail and get it out the way and get it over with so things can get better. Volume isn't going up. So if we can't get volume up to go up, we need to get the capacity to go down. If people aren't going to spend money to increase the volume, then we need to get y'all retards up out the way. Another thing is y'all all want to be independent. Y'all all want to be bosses. Y'all fight so hard against the system to be bosses. But you're not willing to do the same fight, work as hard for your own business. And here's another thing that I keep hearing Generation Z and late millennials say. I'm tired of working. I want to start my own business. I can't work for nobody. I'm tired of working. I don't really want to work. Working ain't for me. When you get your own business, you're going to work harder than you ever worked before in your life, especially if you want your business to be successful. If you want to be successful, you're going to work hard. You're going to be motivated to work hard. You're going to be motivated to work harder. You're going to be motivated to stay later. You're going to be motivated to get up earlier. Why? Because guess what? If you don't work, you don't eat. The more you work, the more you earn. The less you work, the less you earn. There's no PTO. There's no bereavement. We talked about that in one of the live streams the other day. There's no PTO. You have to pay for your own retirement plan out your pocket. You have to pay for your own bereavement. God forbid one of your parents died, some shit like that. Guess what? Those days that you're taking off, those are days that you're not getting paid for versus you having a job and they give you 3 or 4 or a week worth of bereavement days. No PTO. You get sick, you're sick. There's no sick days. You just won't be earning those days. This is what happens when you become a business owner. Sacrifice. You sacrificing all the shit that you like doing to make a bag. Everything that y'all don't want to do or that y'all trying to escape and you're trying to run from is the exact things you need to do more of when you become a business owner. And that's just the bottom line. Now, granted, there are some good things about Generation Z. You guys are a lot more technologically savvy than generations prior. But a lot of that technological advancement is the reason why you have a lot of the downfalls that you have. Those technological advancements have made Generation Z a lot lazier, a lot dumber. And if the shoe don't fit, don't put it on. Maybe let's keep it funky. They took cursive writing out to school. They took a bunch of things out of the school that, generations prior had to take that would, develop us. Like even y'all motor skills are different. Y'all speech is different. Y'all don't talk as clear and crisp. It's a lot of mumbling like everybody sound like NBA YoungBoy. You can't understand a word you saying. But guess what? That goes to business too. How can you express yourself professionally? How can you enunciate like enunciation, your verbiage, when you're talking to people, when you're doing business and you have to, talk to people, like people got to be able to understand what you're talking about. Like talking to some of y'all is like, man, trying to figure out what you're saying because I can't make it out. Like all this is very, very, very imperative on being a successful business owner. Y'all don't take this shit serious. Where you see some middle Americans at? Do we need to put some people out? What people may 2, 3, 3. With round 5, not possible today. Starting. Creative Investor said, believe it or not, he started with around 5K. Not possible today. Definitely not possible today. The guy the other day said he wanted to start with 3 trucks with 9,000. That's impossible. I'm calling it impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. And here's another thing. A lot of Generation Z, they believe they can make miracles happen. They believe they can create and build a multi-million-dollar business with nothing. And that's just not possible. You have to have capital, and you have to have enough capital to get started, and you also have to have working capital, right? So I don't mind continuously talking to Generation Z. I don't mind letting them come up here on the call-in show, but as long as they call up here and they say dumb shit, I'm going to continue to correct them and hold them accountable until I see a change. Ultimately, Generation Z can be great, all right? But, what they don't understand, they fight for, Generation Z fights for shit, but the type of shit they fight for is like all the wrong shit, like diversity and inclusion. Like they'll fight for shit like that. They'll work towards getting diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So, we don't call people sir or ma'am, and we, these pronouns and all this goofball ass shit that's against the Bible. You dig what I'm saying? They'll fight for shit like that. They'll work hard to change. And here's the thing. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. It's just certain things that I'm just not rocking with. You dig what I'm saying? So they'll fight for diversity and inclusion. They'll really work towards that shit. No, call me by my pronoun. Don't call me sir. Don't call me man. Say them or she, her, zer, him, or like all this shit. They'll work towards that, but wanting to be your own boss and then working towards the success of your business, they won't do that. They fighting for all the wrong shit. Now that's why I don't understand. They'll go to war. They'll go to war. They'll go to bat. They'll work towards changing laws for shit like diversity and inclusion. But when they start a business, they're not willing to work for it. Another thing with Generation Z, why they continue to fail, and this is a big one, chasing trends. This whole pandemic shit, you'll never hear enough of that shit, because that's the reason why a lot of people are in the situation at the end of the day, following trends. I talked about on the live stream earlier. One minute was the Shopify trend. Then it was the Amazon FBA trend. Then it became the trucking trend, right? I don't know what the trend is now. You know what I'm saying? But there's always a trend. And you're jumping from one trend to the next. You see what I'm saying? If something is trending, and I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to say in y'all words some sauce. If something is trending, and this is game, so put it in your back pocket. If something is trending, you're late. If it's trending, you're late already. The real money has already been made. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. If it's trending, you are late. The real money has already been made. Now take that, put it in your back pocket, and apply it to anything. Business, financial. If you are into crypto and you see TikTok influencers are pumping this shit, every time you flip up, you scroll, you go to YouTube, they're saying get into this particular cryptocurrency. Get into this cryptocurrency. They're really, really pumping it. And you see everybody talking about it. Guess what? It's trending now. So if that's trending, you keep hearing about it, don't put your money in it because you're too late. The real money has already been made. Prime example, box trucking during the pandemic. You putting your money in at the top. If it's trending, that's the top of the market. Well, Mark, how you know? Because I sold. I sold depreciated assets at an appreciated value. That never happens, ever. So if it's the top of the market, it has nowhere else to go but down. When things get popular, the real money has already been made. So if you are the person who's following trend, you're following losses. The people who will make the money are the early adopters. The people who are in things early, who create the narratives and they start the trend so that they can sell to you. You buying into a trend, you a sucker. You're the person that we call gets left holding the bag. You're a bag holder, and not the bag holder like you think a bag of money. No, you get left holding the bag, meaning You're buying into something at the top of the market at an inflated value, and it's coming crashing down. You bought at the top. So now you bought in here and it's depreciating, it's coming down. We don't follow trends. Y'all follow trends because y'all looking to get rich. Look at it the opposite way. Greed and fear index. If you see that a mass majority of people are in a sector and they're greedy, then you should be fearful, and vice versa. As long as you follow that concept, you'll never go wrong. If you want to invest into things, one, understand what you fully invested in and look into things that aren't trendy. And be willing to work towards making those things successful. One thing I can say that a lot of people want to do right now, everybody wants to start a podcast. That's the newest trend. Podcasting, parallel to influencers. Like everyone wants to start a podcast. But not everybody is going to be successful in podcasting. Not everybody is going to dedicate the time to building and scaling a successful podcast, right? A lot of people may not be able to come up with topics. A lot of people may not be able to speak well and hold an audience for a long period of time. It's not for everybody, but I see everybody trying to start a podcast now. Because they thinking they're going to start a successful podcast and a bunch of advertisers are going to come pay them millions and gazillions of dollars. Or they think they can become an influencer and they're going to get sponsorships to pay millions and gazillions of dollars. And it just don't work like that. It's only one Mr. Beast. And now that you got celebrities getting into podcasting and content creation, retired basketball players, retired football players, retired rappers, becoming streamers and gamers. T-Pain is a streamer, creator, content creator. T Grizzly. They already have popularity. So they don't have to build popularity. The only thing they got to say is, listen, go follow me on YouTube. Go follow me on Twitch. Boom. They're going to swing those million followers from Instagram over there. So now if you are a lonely gamer, podcast content creator who's trying to scale up, now it's going to be 10 times harder because now you got the celebrities seeing guys like Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross get $100 million contracts. But the thing about those two guys, right, is they were early adopters. They were in before it got trendy. It's trendy now. So guess what? The real money has already been made, which makes it harder because now you got celebrities coming over to this lane too to try to get a bag. But they're going to be able to get a bag before you because they bringing over 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, however many followers. So that's making it more tougher for you. That trend is already dead. That's why you shouldn't follow trends. You should create trends. It's plenty things out there that have not been tapped into yet. How do I know? Because I look at them every day, all day. There's plenty of ways to make money that haven't become popularized yet. I look into them every single day. I'm not going to tell you what they are because it's up for you to go do your own research. I may drop some of them gems in the members section. But what I'm not doing is I'm not out here chasing trends. Never have. And to be honest with you, outside of research, chasing trends should be the first thing that y'all mess up with. Because every day when y'all scrolling on Instagram, besides looking at the chicks, y'all seeing an influencer who telling you want to make $50,000 a month, selling things on Amazon, FBA. Click the link below, download my course, and I'm going to set you up, and I'm going to tell you how I make $50,000 a month, working 1 hour a day, selling things like this on Amazon. Click the link below down in the description and I'm going to get with you today, or whatever they be saying. And then you sitting there, you know, in your mama's basement, you know, and you want to get rich because you want to go out and buy you a Lambo. You looking at this guy in his Lambo and his rented Airbnb or whatever, and you want to duplicate that. You want to be like that. And then you scroll again and you see a guy on Instagram telling you how if you rent a box truck for $5,000, you can make $1 million running Amazon Relay. And if you scroll a little bit further, you're going to see a guy who's telling you how you can make $500,000 a year renting storage units. And then if you scroll a little bit further, you're going to see a guy, hey, want to make money selling Airbnbs without owning property? Let me show you, click the link below. Let me show you how I make $2 million a year with an Airbnb business, and I don't own any property. All I simply do is I go find people who have properties that they're not using, and then I ask them for a small fee if I can list their property. Then I go list their property and I rent it. Like, come on, bro. It's all cap, bro. I mean, there's people doing it, but man, if they're telling you about it, man, the real money already been made. The real money already been made. Most successful entrepreneurs have worked their ass off. All right. A lot of the guys that are younger that you listen to when you scroll on Instagram, those younger guys, most of the time it's cap. Now, some of the older guys that you come across, it may be a little cap in there, but there's some real life work in there as well. Right? Because there once upon a time, believe it or not, this whole Instagram, YouTube, live streaming, influencer thing didn't exist. To be honest with you, it's actually still very, very, very new. It's still kind of in its infancy, right? And the influencer narrative kind of started, I would say, like around right after Instagram launched. So maybe 2013, right? But there wasn't many. There was a few, right? And the earlier ones, you don't really see them anymore. They were the early adopters of it, and it has evolved into what you see now. But prior to that, an individual who looked to go out and start a business, right, and scale it to be successful had to do a lot of work. So pre-2013, so 2012 beyond, all right, so pre-2013, right, pretty much everybody that started a business like that had to work. Whether they did the hard work or whether they scammed people in doing the work, there was work that had to be done. Even your biggest influencers that you guys want to be like had to work. If you look at the biggest social media YouTuber, Mr. Beast, that's a lot of work goes into this content that he puts out. A lot of work. A lot of work. A lot of work goes into that. Me sitting here the other day for 6 hours for free, that was a lot of work. So even if you take my YouTube channel in this box truck space and you've been around for how long I've been around, whether you like me or you don't like me, you cannot say I haven't put the work in to scale it to where it's at. It didn't happen overnight. It happened faster than where you may have seen some other channels, but that's because of the experience alongside the consistency and the work ethic, right? So, for me in a time period that was different from this time period now, and I tell you with my experience of how I was able to start and scale in a time period where I had to do a lot of work, right? But there was not much competition. And I tell you, it's harder now to build a business, even to get to the level of success at my peak then to get to that level of success now is harder. How do you think you're going to be able to see any level of success that I've seen in today's time if you don't work? There were so many things I wanted to tell that second young man the other day, but I didn't get a chance to. The whole driver narrative. It's not easy finding drivers. Not only is it not easy finding them, it's not easy keeping them. His whole plan was just flawed, even down to the classification. And this is a testament to, and if you didn't watch that live stream, it's up under the videos tab because it got bombed that day. And I had to edit that out and re-upload it on the videos tab. If you listen to a lot of these guys, it's a testament to how ignorant the younger generation is onto what it takes to build and maintain a successful business. And this is why they fail. And this is why you saw so many fail during the pandemic. This is why you continuously see people fail. This is why you saw a lot of those content creators that were into trucking and box trucking fail. Even the people that they was listening to failed and left y'all hanging, left you holding the bag. So in conclusion, because I'm not going to beat a dead horse, I'm not going to beat you guys down. I'm going to beat you down, but then I'm going to build you back up. When you set out to start anything, the first thing you need to do and understand is you need to understand what you're investing in. Don't invest into anything that you don't understand. The next thing you need to do is start researching. Stop going out saying, oh man, I heard box truck business is a great thing. I'm going to get a box truck business. As soon as I get my taxes, I'm going to go rent a truck and I'm going to go get my authority and I'm going to go make $1 million. Stop doing that dumb shit. All right. Do your research extensively. Not for one day, not for 1 week, for a while. That whole period while you talking about waiting till your taxes come, waiting till your baby mama get her taxes, you may start saying that in July, August, right? So that means you got about 7 to 8 months before she get it. That's 7 to 8 months of doing research. That's 7 to 8 months of tapping in. Listen to Mark go on his rants. So that when you do get into the business, you don't make these dumbass mistakes that you're making. You don't go invest into something that you don't understand. When I ask you a question, how much you want to make, you tell me you want to make the same amount that you told me it's costing you to rent the truck for the year, not realizing how stupid you sound. Because you haven't done any research. You don't know what an average box trucker makes a week, a year, a month, nothing. You don't understand that the margins in this business are low. You don't even know what the average trucker is making. $60,000. That means for a person to say that's what they want to make, you basically saying you want to be a failure. You're basically saying you want to be a failure. Then you expect me to sit up here and canoodle with you and not jump J down on you, because they not doing it because they trying to sell you something. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm telling you what it takes to succeed. I'm telling you what it takes for you not to fail. See, here's the thing. The dumb shit that a lot of people do now, I didn't do this dumb shit. But let's say I would have did it back in 2010. I would have been able to survive, because the dumb shit that you do now costs a lot more than it costed back in 2010. Shit was a lot cheaper back then. And we were coming out of, we were in the midst of a housing market crisis. You want to make dumb decisions 14 years after when I started, and to add, more salt to the wound after a pandemic where we're dealing with high inflation, and a messed up economy where people aren't spending money on the things that you need them to spend money on so that you can make money. So to enter into this industry right now, not only do you have to do your research and be on your P's and Q's, you really got to be on top of things. You really got to be on top of things because it's difficult. It's very difficult. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm keeping it 1,000 with you. See, 2 years ago when I said this, it was pessimistic because people didn't know any better, right? Because they were in a euphoric phase. I say it all the time. But now it's 2 years later, and the same shit that I was saying, I've been saying it, and you still see I'm saying it, and everything that I said has come into fruition, and it's still playing out. So I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. I'm going to keep it funky with you. I'm going to keep it funky with you. I'm going to keep it funky with you so that you don't fail. Now that's the phone ringing. I told y'all I had to make it quick. I wanted to come on here and let y'all know after that live stream the other night that y'all younger cats, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. You know what I'm saying? It's, not wanting to work a job anymore is fine. If your generation all want to be bosses, go ahead, be bosses. But it's not as simple as you think. And then when you do come into an industry, you're gonna be competing against guys like me. If I decide to get back into trucking, and any day I'm looking to destroy you. I'm looking to take food off your table. Why? Because it's competitive. I say it all the time. There's only so many loads to go around. And everybody that's got a truck that has capacity, right? Empty truckload space is trying to get that same shit. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it so that you don't get it. But guess what? If you aren't educated, if you haven't done the research, right, to make you a strong contender, and in order to be a strong contender, you would have had to do your research. You have had to want to be able to work because as an owner operator, as an individual that owns your own business, you got to be willing to go above and beyond for your own business. You might not want to go above and beyond for the man. You might not want to go above and beyond for somebody else's business that you're working for, but for your business, you got to go above and beyond. You got to be cutthroat, which means you got to work. So if you don't want to do your research, which we've proved that y'all don't want to do, you don't want to work, we don't have to prove that because that's the first thing that comes out your mouth when you come up here. But I don't want to work. How you expect to win? You ain't the only game in town. That's the point of all of this. You're not the only game in town. There's somebody else that's doing the same thing that you're doing. Either they were already doing it or they're entering into it simultaneously like you, that's going to work because they ain't even got to work as hard. Just the fact that they willing to work is better than what you're doing because you coming in saying you don't want to work. They're willing to delay their gratification because they don't want to compete with the Joneses. You can't compete. You ain't got shit. You ain't got a pot to piss in. You ain't got a window to throw it out of. You just started a business, so that means you're broke. A person who just starts a business, they're broke. You ain't got no money. So you want to come in as soon as you get your first little payment, like Buddy said the other day, well, man, ain't nothing going to happen. As soon as I get my first little payment, then no. 9 times out of 10, the first payment you think you're going to get, you're going to take a loss. Why? Because you are already G'ing for some cats you found on Indeed saying that they're going to get you 5,000 to 7,000 a week, not realizing, not understanding that they getting the loads off a load board. So explain to me how they're going to pay you 5,000 to 7,000 a week and still charge you for running under insurance, running under the authority, and dispatching you. And you still going to be able to grow 7,000 a week. So that means that they finding loads that's grossing over $10,000 a week. And if they that cold, how do they have the capacity to still, come on, like make it make sense. Make it make sense. So you don't want to delay your gratification because you want to keep up with the Joneses. And you want to continue to follow trends, which means the real money has already been made. So stop doing dumb shit. Get out here and work. And you'll see, you'll see success. Stop listening to people who sell you dreams, right? Stop listening to that dumb shit. Because it doesn't make sense. If a person is not willing to hold you accountable, that's a person that I would want to stay away from. That's not a good mentor. That's not a good person to consume information from. If a person is looking to be your friend and they want to stay in your good graces all the time, that means they don't want to tell you the things that you need to hear because they scared that they're going to run you away because they're looking to gain some type of monetary value from you. I come up here and do this shit for love. Off the love. This is my way of giving back to you. I don't give a goddamn if you get pissed off or don't. I don't. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. I'm giving you the information that you need to have to win from experience, from someone who's did it on a high level, who saw the industry shift in the last 14 years. I've seen the industry change. I was around before the Amazon that you see today. I was around when they was scrambling trying to get the whole DSP program started. Before the blue Amazon Prime van, when there was white rental vans from Enterprise and Ryder, the white vans, before they did the lease on program and they hired Element to middle manage it. Before they switched from that program to the program what y'all see today. Before the introduction of the AFP program. I've been around that long. Before all these big trucking companies started to acquire all these privatized final mile companies. Why? Because R&D saw that in 10 years, in 13 years, 14 years, the time that we're living in now, back in 2013, 2014, when XPO started buying up all the private third-party logistics companies because their R&D department said, you know what? In about 10 years, everybody's going to be lazy. No one's going to go into a store anymore to buy anything. Everybody's going to buy everything online, all the way down to a mattress. Going to the store, sitting on a mattress, laying on it, rolling around in it, feeling how soft it is or how firm it is to help you determine if you want to buy this mattress or that mattress. People just buy mattresses online. They saw this. And they saw how bringing that into their company, that division into their company, it would make X amount of dollars. So they started buying all the small companies. The companies that I was running for back then that don't even exist no more. Because companies like XPO, CRST, who else? JB Hunt, Schneider even started a final mile and they failed at it and they said, skip this final mile. 2019, they closed that division. JB Hunt, they started acquiring these companies. AIT, finding a private final mile company now is like finding a needle in a haystack. They've been pretty much acquired by the big boys. So when I come on here and I give you all this information off the love, stop being combative. Just listen to the shit, take the information in, and do better. What you're saying, like you can't debate me and challenge me on something that you've never done, and you say you don't want to do. You don't even want to actually get out there and see what it's like to be able to and this is what's crazy. I just want to get the 3 trucks. I'm going to put the drivers in it, and then they're going to dispatch, and then we're going to run under their authority. So how can you train somebody how to do the job efficiently and effectively if you've never done it? Nor do you have the money to pay someone who's done it, who can train these people. You can't. And this is why you're going to fail. Stop doing dumb shit. Mark going to be the person to tell you stop doing dumb shit. I'm not going to tell you the shit you want to hear. I'm not here to be your friend. You can listen to the content. You can take it in. You don't have to listen to it. You don't got to take it in. Guess what? I could give 2 cares less. I don't care. I really don't care. The people who want to listen to it, they're going to take it in. They take it in and they say, man, Mark, it worked. Man, I'm glad I listened to you. Mark, you know what? I wanted to start with a box truck. I watched your video, box truck dreams, cargo van money. That shit put a lot of perspective. You know what? I'm gonna delay my gratification. You right, man. My eyes were bigger than my bank account. I'm gonna start with a cargo van. You know what, Mark? You right. I wanted a box truck, but once you broke it down in that box truck dream cargo van money video, shit. Not only do I don't have box truck money, I ain't even got cargo van money. I'm gonna start in my car. Man, Mark, I watched your video on your living expenses. I never thought about that narrative. I've just been so focused on getting the truck, my living expenses. Man, you're right. You know what? I may need to start with a cargo van. I never looked at it that way. Most of these content creators saying, man, get a box truck for $5,000. I could make $1 million. I never looked at all the different narratives that you talk about. But it all makes sense. I sat down, I downloaded my statement, I did the math, and you're absolutely right. Now, how do you think I know all this shit? I showed the guy, he's up here telling you, bragging and making fun of how he failed, and he's reading from a script about how he failed. So his video about how he failed was cap. All these guys is cap. They never did this shit. But these are the guys you listen to because they flash these big dollar amounts in front of your eyes. You guys get mesmerized by that shit. Man, come on, man. Be smarter. Be smarter. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. Ain't nobody out here getting rich overnight in a damn box truck. Mark, what's the difference between getting bread and getting the bag? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. What makes it different is the generation. My generation says getting bread. The newer generation says getting a bag. That's the only thing that makes it different. The generations. You know, so that's it. All right. Mark, I was going to ask you, are you going to do a member live on how you find to do your stock research? I appreciate the pics you gave us, but I was always the type of person who wants to learn how to fish. Yeah, I'll talk about research. I think I might have talked about it on one of the members only, but yeah, it's just simple research. But I'll talk about different research narratives that I use. I say it now because it's just narratives. It's just narratives. If I'm going to invest into something, I'm looking for a short-term play. I'm seeing what's the popular narrative, right? So in 2021, 2020, it was the metaverse, right? So I was looking at metaverse narratives. Right now it's AI. So I'm looking at AI narratives. So I had long-term plays and I had short-term plays. The short-term plays, I'm trying to pick up a big old bag of money in the short term. And the only way to pick up a big old bag of money in the short term, you got to play the narrative that's popular currently. But you got to get in early and get out before the top. You can never time the top, so you can't be greedy, because greedy pigs get led to the slaughter. So if I invest into something at $100 a share and it goes to $200 a share, but I hear it has potential to go to $1,000 a share, but I've doubled my money and I made a big old bag of money, do I want to take that risk? Or do I be thankful for doubling my money? That's all the types of decisions that you have to make. But I do research on whatever narratives for short-term plays are popular. Now, listen, if I hear a war is brewing on the horizon, if we're on the brink of going to war, I'm not finna wait. I'm just going to go start investing in the war stocks. It's common sense. Why? Because the day we declare war, history is going to repeat itself. The market is going to crash. And the only thing that's going to be green that day are war stocks. The narrative now is AI. This is why a company like NVIDIA was $100 and something a share around this time last year, and now it's $900 a share. If AI wasn't as popular as it is, if the AI technology wouldn't have advanced the way it has within the past 12 months, then NVIDIA wouldn't be sitting at $900 and something, damn near $1,000 a share. It would still be back probably towards $100, maybe $200 a share. But because AI has advanced so much within the past 12 months, this is how this company went from $100 and something to almost $1,000 a share in 12 months. That's significant gains. So it's basically researching narratives and companies that are within those narratives that are excelling at any particular time. I mean, safe bets are always going to be the Magnificent Seven, the S&P, obviously. But if you're looking for that quick run up like that, if you would have invested a decent amount of money into NVIDIA last year, you out of here by now. But you got to know what to research. You got to know which companies is making progress towards making progress towards things that can be life-changing, right? And making things easier for people going forward. I'm going to give you a clue and I'm going to get out of here. The next narrative, I'm going to tell you what the next narrative is. Now, I told you about Solana last month, and I'm going to give this one away for free. I told people about Solana. You got people that continue to say, thanks for letting me know. And you got people saying, damn, I didn't get in, but I watched it go. I wish I would have got in. I told you about Fetch. I'm going to tell you what the next narrative is. It's going to be real world assets. I've already been buying into real world assets. The next major play is going to be real world assets. Now watch how many people hear me say that and don't move on it. And then when we running it up, you're going to say, damn, I heard you say that and I didn't do shit. Real world assets. That's the next narrative. That's the next narrative. So do what you want with that information. I'm not a financial advisor. I didn't tell you what to invest in. I just told you the next narrative. Real world assets. That's the next narrative. Now we're going to see how many people run with it. We're going to see how many people run with it. All right? Big Herm, I'm thankful to God to give me a chance to get back on the grind. I'm hopefully I can get my business. I ain't going to get my pants around for 10. All right, so sorry guys, I'm late. XPO cheap. What's the difference between getting bad? All right, man. So I'm out. Peace.